BB851, turn right, heading 180. 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27.
Thai Airways has been a carrier heavily featured on the channel in recent years, and especially recent months, and it stands to reason why they are featured so often. Every airline has experienced difficulties here and there over the past 20 months, but for Thai Airways, they've certainly been a carrier that's been a hell of a lot more prominent when it comes to their recovery within the aviation industry, which has not been smooth sailing. The airline has already sold a significant amount of aircraft or put them up for sale, and removed several thousand employees to attempt to right its wrongs. However, this will only continue following developments today, noting that the airline will say goodbye to a further 42 aircraft and see a third of its workforce depart. Thai's future goal is to become a more streamlined carrier, and an airline that may not have the same global impact that it once did, but have a more sustainable outlook, something that I firmly believe is a more reasonable goal than having the same fleet continuing to roll in losses. People may not necessarily remember, but Thai Airways are not an airline that has incurred debt just from the emergence of the pandemic. Since 2012, the airline has every single year reported losses. This is very similar to the now closed Alitalia and even South African Airways. Thai Airways therefore has by no means been a profitable airline for a very, very long time. For the airline, the emergence of the global pandemic and then therefore the various restrictions imposed by governments on travel was really the nail in the coffin for their situation to implode and reach breaking point. They'll see around 7,000 employees depart between now and December of 2022, intending to employ approximately 14,500 by December of 2022. This is down from over 21,000 they currently have in their reserves now. They will also see a USD 749 million credit agreement with various financial institutions take place, while they're also intending on getting further support from the government, with talks for this taking place next year. Of course, financial aid that would help them right their wrongs and hopefully emerge from the pandemic as a more profitable carrier, or at the very least, on track to become more profitable and sustainable. While it's very much doom and gloom, there are some positives for Thai Airways, as I will get into now, and they can be encouraged by these positives as Thailand moves to reopen the country to vaccinated travellers. This will also be with no quarantine and means that, yes, while it's been very negative for Thai Airways, as they do return to the skies with a slimmer fleet and workforce, and of course tourism reopening, they may be better off in the long run. However, in saying all these changes do not necessarily mean that the fortunes are guaranteed to turn around. However, what's worth noting is the carrier did actually report a US $332 million profit for the first 6 months of the year. Now, this was a massive improvement on recent years' performances, and they'll only be looking at continuing with this. So their progress is, by no stretch of the imagination, going to be incredibly intriguing, and I'm sure they'll very much want to be keeping this up. I'll be covering all the developments here on the channel like I have been doing so for the past year or so if you do have any thoughts, please do let me know down in the comment section below, and stay tuned for the next update surrounding Thai Airways, as I am sure it will come sooner than you may think. Thanks very much for watching, please do take care, and I'll see you next time.